Harambee! Eneo hili si hivyo, mambo ni matatu.
Politics is a very interesting game, but politics is also a very dangerous game. On Wednesday, the united opposition, led by Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, Fred Matiang'i, Eugene Wamalwa, Martha Karua, and the rest, appointed Mukhisa Kituyi to serve the coalition in two roles. Number one, he's supposed to be the official spokesperson of the coalition. Number two, Mukhisa Kituyi is also supposed to head the secretariat, which the coalition is currently setting up. Today, Cleophas Malala, a close ally of Rigathi Gachagua, DCP deputy party leader, has rejected the appointment of Mukhisa Kituyi. Ladies and gentlemen, I've always opined on this platform on many occasions that in politics nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happens for the sake of it. If Malala is not in agreement with the appointment of Mukhisa Kituyi, what do you think stopped it? What do you think stopped him from raising those concerns internally rather than going out publicly? Listening to this report prepared by Citizen TV, because they interviewed him and he responded.
To have the former United Nations Conference on Trade and Development Secretary General Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi as its spokesperson in charge of all communication for the group.
Dear Kenyans,
however, barely hours after the Unity Summit, some fissures are already showing, with the DCP Deputy Party Leader Cleophas Malala, who gave the event a wide berth, refusing to board the new outfits agreement. Speaking to Citizen TV, Malala said, quote, "My position on the choice of the spokesperson is that the united opposition deserves to demonstrate willingness in engaging with fresh youthful leadership that can propel the country to the next frontier of politics and governance, qualities which Dr. Mukhisa Kituyi is acutely lacking." Malala also maintained his hard stance on the Malava constituency by-election slated for November. The coalition had prevailed on the DCP party and DAP Kenya party to have one of them stand down their candidates to prevent splitting their votes. However, Malala maintains, as the DCP deputy party leader from Kakamega County, he ought to lead the campaigns for the candidate all the way to the ballot, with DAP Kenya leadership also sticking to their guns. Emmanuel Toh, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
The question is, what was the objective Malala wanted to achieve by publicly objecting to that appointment? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm normally a carrier of both good news and bad news. For those who've been following this channel very closely, on two occasions, I've always maintained that Cleophas Malala is William Ruto's Trojan horse, William Ruto's mole in Rigathi Gachagua's camp. The first time I did that, I was under heavy attacks. And on that particular day, I remember so well, I had indicated in that video that William Ruto was going to make sure that Rigathi Gachagua will be on the ballot in 2027. Because William Ruto understands one thing, that the only way he can escape from humiliating defeat in the hands of the opposition is if the opposition will not unite and front a single candidate. So which means William Ruto is doing one thing only, strategizing on how to split the opposition. And I've always believed that the person who will help William Ruto do that is the same person who helped him split Azimio at that time. Who is that guy? The man Cleophas Malala. Let me ask you this question, because in this video, I want to reveal to you guys why Malala is objecting. Let me ask you this question. It's understandable that William Ruto fell out with Rigathi Gachagua. That's well documented. Do you think there is anything which could have stopped William Ruto from retaining Malala? What was the beef between Malala and Ruto, if I were to ask you? What was the beef? Yeah, you can't answer me. And if I may ask you, do you think there's anything which could have stopped Ruto from stopping Malala from resigning? The thing is, he's been sent there as a Trojan horse. I don't want to get into that for now. That is a food for thought, and we just give it time so that some of these things will become clear later. But why is he opposed to this appointment? That's exactly what I want us to analyze in this video. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, why is Malala opposed to the appointment of Mukhisa Kituyi? Because if I were him, I would be happy. For one, someone from the Luhya nation is being given a key role in the outfit. Why is he not happy? Number one, it's a strategy, according to him, that it is a strategy to undermine Rigathi Gachagua. How is appointment of Mukhisa Kituyi intended to undermine Rigathi Gachagua? Let me explain the thinking about it. Rigathi Gachagua has been the face of opposition to William Ruto. He's the guy who's been addressing the media. In fact, when Rigathi Gachagua was out of the country, the opposition was kind of dead. There was nobody to speak for the opposition. The guy who would speak for the opposition was still Rigathi Gachagua, even while he was outside. Now you are coming up with a strategy, and in that strategy, you are saying the opposition will be speaking, they'll be addressing the nation, but through a formal channel. And the person who will be addressing the media is not Rigathi, it's Mukhisa Kituyi. So which means his speech will be written, they will proofread, they will be given the speech. Now go and read the speech. You know, Rigathi is good at just hitting. So with the time, Rigathi Gachagua will have limited media engagement. Doing that would mean that Rigathi will get less publicity. So that narrative is easy to sell to Rigathi Gachagua's allies. And I'm 100% sure that from tomorrow, on Saturday, Malala will start telling Rigathi Gachagua's supporters publicly why he's opposed to this. And he's going to explain why he thinks that the nomination or the appointment of Mukhisa Kituyi is intended to undermine Rigathi Gachagua. Number one. Number two, Malala wants to be the face of the Luhya nation in this outfit. Malala has been very lucky politically. He was an MCA, nominated. From there, he rose straight to become the senator. From there, he was campaigning to be the governor, which he didn't get. But after that, Malala was lucky enough to be the general of a ruling party, UDA party, not just secretary general. In fact, he was also a minister without portfolio, sitting in the cabinet flying with flags. And as the Secretary General of UDA party, he was the face of the lawyer in that party. Malala was everywhere. When he went to DCP, he's currently the deputy party leader. But Malala is everywhere. Now, if you create another outfit, and Malala, a space is not created for Malala, what do you expect Malala to do? He wants to be the face of the lawyer in the united opposition. You bring Kituyi, you disrupt that. And that's why, even in Malava, he's insisting that DCP, as a political party, must sponsor a candidate. And that candidate is likely to win. And if that candidate were to win, who is going to take credit? Rigathi or Malala? Malala is definitely going to take credit for that win if he were to win. So that is his second objective. Number 3, which I've mentioned, and I don't want to dwell on it, is the infiltration. Ladies and gentlemen, politics is very dirty. Politics is very dirty. Once this kind of issues starts coming up, mistrust develops. So all these principles will be looking at each other with suspicion. Those are the facts which we cannot run away from. So I want to assume that the move by Malala is part of that infiltration by William Ruto. William Ruto has infiltrated the camp and is now telling them, you know, Mukhisa Kituyi is not the right guy. A spokesperson of a party must not necessarily be a young person the way Malala is insisting. If anything, they need stability, and I explained why the appointment of Mukhisa Kituyi is significant for this group. Number 4, and this is the truth. Cleophas Malala fears being overshadowed. You know, as the SG of UDA party, he was getting all the limelight. As the deputy party leader of DCP, Rigathi has given him the free hand. He's controlling everything. If you bring someone from the lower nation, also within the coalition, speaking for the party, they will overshadow him. That's exactly what he doesn't want. And lastly, William Ruto's trap, the one I've been talking about here, and the one most of you guys have been attacking me on, that Rigathi Gachagua might be on the ballot or will be on the ballot. How do you make sure that Rigathi Gachagua is on the ballot? Dismiss this kind of people. Division is going to be occasioned. Then what's going to happen, or what are we going to witness? Simple thing. We are going to witness we are going to witness division and mistrust. And once we have division and mistrust in the opposition, camps are going to emerge, clear camps. And those camps will go like that up to the election. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what to think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.